Jai Hind, everyone. As we have completed the first chapter, that is bricks, beats, and bones. Now let us try to do some PYQs so that we get an idea of how much the how much of the Harappan civilization is covered with this themes in Indian history. So we'll go through some of the PIQs that are asked in CDS, NDA, and also in some of the questions are included from CSE Civil Services Prelims examination also. So let's go through them once. The first question, why was Dolavira in the news recently? So here in this question, they've amalgamated both history and also the current affairs. So this question is from 2021, where Dolavira was included as a World UNESCO Heritage Site, UNESCO World Heritage Site. So this is the answer. Why was Dolavira in the news recently? It is the UNESCO World Heritage Site. So from this, we can see that out of all the Harappa sites or Indus Valley Civilization site settlements that are found in India, Dholavira is the one that has got World Heritage Site tag. And then, who among the following archaeologists was the first to identify similarities between pre-Harappan culture and mature Harappan culture? So it was this Amalananda Ghosh, he is the person who identified the similarities between pre-Harappa and Harappan culture. And then, which among the following were the shell-based production centers of the Indus Valley civilization? I am very sure that we have covered this in the chapter. Let's go through the craft production ones. It is in that topic. Yeah. So if you see here, Nageshwar, Bhalakot, specialized center for making shell objects. So it is the same that is being asked here. What is about shell-based production? Answer is Balakot and Nageshwar. So this is how the questions are being asked. And next, terracotta plough of the Harappan civilization was founded. So this is also covered in the chapter where here. It was the terracotta plough was identified or found in two places. That is one in Cholistan and also in Bhanavali. So if you see here, terracotta models of the plough have been found at sites in Cholistan and also Banavali, which is in Haryana. Here there is no option of Cholistan, so the default option will be Banavali. And next, in the Mesopotamian records, the Indus Valley civilization is addressed as we have covered this also in the third millennium texts of Mesopotamia. The people of Harappa were referred to as Meluha. This is also covered. So what is Dilmun? It is island of Bahrain, probably not precisely. And Magan could be the ancient name for current day Oman. And next, which one of the following is not a Harappan site? So Chanudara, we know it is a Harappan site in Pakistan, and also Diji is also a Harappan site in Pakistan. Now we'll see between the two options, that is Sogaura and Desalpur. I don't have an idea because until I've covered in the textbook, I didn't go through these two places. So we'll try to see in the map if there is any name mentioned as that in the question. So here we see Kodiji in Pakistan. Chanudaro is also in Pakistan. And I don't see either Deshalpur or Sogara. So we'll try to remember. So Sogara is not a Harappan site. It was asked in Civil Examination 2019. And now, most of the mature Harappan sites in the region of Cholistan had been abandoned during. Yeah, we also covered this one also. Let me go through it once. I'll show you. It is in the topic that is end of the civilization. We have covered this question. Here, see, there is evidence that by 1800 BCE, most of the mature Harappan sites in regions such as Cholistan had been abandoned. So that what is the answer? That is 1800 BCE. And next, in Citadel, lower town areas of which of the following Harappan cities have several large cisterns or reservoirs? So let me tell you something. If we get a question like large cisterns or reservoirs or drainage system or water management system, the answer will be Dholavira. So this is the only site where we have found a system like this. And we'll try to remember some other also, where Shortuga in Afghanistan, we have seen traces of canals, and in Dholavira we have seen this one. Okay. And the next one is, which one of the following Harappan centers specialized in making shell objects? So the same question is being repeated here. That is Balakot. So here we didn't get the Nageshwar option. We have got only one, that is Balakot. This was asked in CGS. And the next one, which one of the Harappan sites was a specialized center for making shell objects? So same question again repeated. We'll see one 2021, 2023, and also again in NDA 2021. And next, from which one of the following factory sites were limestone and shade blades mass produced and sent to various Harappan settlements in Sindh? Where for K3, we have sent expedition for copper to K3. Chagai Hills and hills of Balochistan, I do not have any idea about it. So Sukkur, for now we'll try to remember that from Sukkur and Rohri Hills, that is in Sindh. So where are these located? These are located in Sindh. Sukkur and Rohri Hills. These are located in Sindh. And from here, what were exported? Limestone and shade blades. Okay, we can remember. And one more, chet. What is this used for? It is used for making weights. Chet is a sedimentary rock, so it is generally cubical, and it had two denominations. That is lower denomination for measuring beads and jewelry, and also large denominations. So this is how we can try to recollect, and this will help in increasing our retention capacity also. The Harappan site at Kot Diji is close to which one of the following major sites of that civilization? So for this, we need to have the map in our mind. So we need to go through the map very thoroughly. Just give me a minute. Yeah. See you. What is asked? Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro, which is the nearest site. So first, let's see what the options are given. Harappa. Okay, to Kot Diji. So which one of the places is close to Kot Diji? One is Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Lothal, and Kali Bangan. We'll see. So Kot Diji is here, and Harappa is Mohenjo-daro is here, whereas Harappa is far away. And also the other option was Kalibangan. Kalibangan is somewhere in here. So from this we can say that Mohenjo-daro is near. So for this I think what the efficient way to remember places, we can try to remember the places according to the state. So in India, if we see, we can remember places according to the state, that is Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, Jammu and Kashmir, like that. And some of the important places in Pakistan like Mohenjo-daro, Kot Diji, Chanudaro, Harappa, and also Sutka Gendor, because Sutka Gendor is the westernmost point of Indus Valley civilization where it ends. Now, the polity of the Harappan people as derived from the material evidence was, so from the material evidence, we have made only assumptions because there was no conclusive evidence to say that, yeah, this society is of this particular type. So we can say that secular federalist. No, because there was arguments that all the settlements were under only one state. That means unitary is definitely been discussed, and also these are all theory. So D will be the correct answer, that is theocratic unitary. And next, the site of Harappa is located on bank of river. If you see, it is located on the bank of river Ravi, whereas Mohenjo-daro is located on the bank of Indus. And Rakhi-Gari is also, it is another river, not Indus. So these are the two important. Even Amri also near to the bank of Indus. So Mohenjo-daro on the bank of Indus, Harappa is on the bank of Ravi. So Ravi is the correct answer. And same question, the ruins of which Indus Valley site was renamed as World Heritage Site in 2021, that is Dholavira. See, the question is being asked in several ways, like water harvesting, management by building a series of dams. The answer will be one and same, that is Dholavira. And Which one of the following statements about the Harappan script is not correct? So it has about 400 signs. Yes, it is correct because the range of the signs is vast. That is from almost 400 signs, and it was also written from right to left. It has been discussed, and it has been found on bone rods, jewelry, pots. Also, we have discussed this also. But the last option, it refers to the people of Meluha. Who used the word Meluha? Mesopotamia. So Mesopotamian scripts talked about Meluha, but how will Harappan people talk about themselves in Harappan script? So this will be the wrong statement. So D is the correct option for the answer, which means it is incorrect in reference to the Harappan script. And then Harappan civilization covered an extensive area of present South Asia. This geographic space covered by the civilization. Kashmir, yes. Punjab, yes. Sindh, yes. But northeast frontier, no. So most of the civilization was here. How can we say that we had civil settlements in northeastern frontier also? So A is wrong. Punjab, yes. Sindh, yes. Northwest frontier, let's see once. Yes. Northwestern frontier also we have, and also Kashmir. Manda is the northernmost point of the civilization. So if we see here, Manda is the lastmost point. Sutka Gendor is the westernmost point. And we have something here, Alamgirpur, which is in current day UP, that is the easternmost point. Let's see other options also. Punjab, yes. Sindh, yes. A part of northwest frontier, yes. Kathiawar, yes. And part of Ganga Yamuna Doab. So I've told you Alamgirpur, which comes in the western UP. So it will be Ganga Yamuna Doab. And also this is called Kathiawar coast. So here also we have many settlements. So the appropriate option will be option D. Next. The settlement is divided into two sections, one smaller but higher and the other much larger but lower. Archaeologists designate these as the citadel and lower town respectively. Both were walled. Several buildings were built on platforms which served as foundations. Which of the following sites does it refer to? So obviously Mohenjo-daro, because we have gone in details about the settlement. And next, in the Mesopotamian records, which one of the following terms was used for Indus Valley? That is Meluha. Whereas Dilmun means Bahrain, and also Magan means Oman. Which one among the following is not the characteristic feature of the Harappan settlement? What is that? We'll see. Doorways and windows generally faced to the sidelines and rarely opened onto the main streets. Yes, because we have studied about the concern for privacy in the urban planning. And also, houses generally had separate bathing areas and toilets. This is correct. The citadel was walled, but the lower town was not walled. So this is incorrect because we have studied that both the parts of the settlement, that is citadel and lower town, were walled. So this is the incorrect option. Next, we'll go through the next option also. Drains and water chutes from the second story were often built inside the wall. So this one I am not aware of, but this C option I am very sure that this is incorrect. So C will be the incorrect statement. And match the following is being asked here. Harappan site and modern name. So Rakhi Gari, we have covered that. It is in, wait, let me. Dholavira, yeah. Ye 3, Khadir Island. Okay. Now B, Rakhi Gari is in modern name Hisar. Okay. And C, Bhogavo is Saurashtra. Okay. And then we have Birana. Birana is in, okay, I made a mistake. Birana is in modern day Haryana, and also Bogavo is in modern day Saurashtra. Okay, these are some of the sites and their modern name. Let's go through them once. That is Dholavira, modern Khadir Island. And then we have Rakhi Gari, which is in Hisar. Okay, Hisar and Haryana. Okay, got it. And next, Birana, Haryana, and Bogavo, Saurashtra. Next, which one of the following observations pertaining to the works of 19th, 20th century archaeologists is not correct? Alexander Cunning, the first director general of ASI was of the view that history of India began with origins of the Indus Valley civilization. No, because before that, everybody thought that Indian history started with the beginning of cities at Ganga River, that is Varanasi, Vedic civilization. So this will be the correct answer, but we'll see once. John Marshall generally adopted the method of excavation along the regular horizontal lines, which is correct. And then after in 1944, R.E.M. Wheeler became the DG of ASI. First recognized the necessity to follow the stratigraphy of the mound rather than dig along horizontal lines. Yes, correct. And then we have Amalananda Ghosh was the first to identify similarities between Harappan and pre-Harappan cultures. So from previous question, we have known that this is also correct. So this will be the wrong statement. So he thought that history of India started with the cities at Ganga near the Ganga River. Which one among the following statements regarding Zorwe culture is not correct? I am not aware of what Zorwe culture is, but we'll see the options once. Practically, all Zorwe settlements are in the northern Deccan are suddenly deserted. Okay, so the settlements in Zorwe culture, these were suddenly deserted. Next question. Which one of the following statements about the Harappan culture is not correct? It witnessed the first cities in the subcontinent. Yes. It marks the first use of script written from right to left. Yes. It marks the earliest known use of iron as a medium for the art of sculpting. Wrong, very wrong, because nowhere in the chapter we have studied that they have used iron. Yeah, we have studied about copper. Okay, and it is also we have studied certain beads, shells, stones, but nowhere we have studied about iron. So this will be the wrong statement. And next, it marks the earliest known use of stone as a medium for the art of sculpting. This is also correct because we have seen priest king. So priest king was sculpted from a stone only. So this is also correct. Consider the following statements about Harappan cities. Roads were not always absolutely straight and did not always cross one another at right angles. A striking feature is the uniformity in the average size of the bricks for houses and for city walls. So both are this or correct. Next, which one among the following Indian cities was known for water management? Same answer, that is Dola Veera. And then we have which one of the following statements regarding Harappan is correct? The standard Harappan seals were made of clay. No, it was made up of steatite, which is a soft stone. And then we have inhabitants of Harappa had neither knowledge of copper nor bronze. It is correct. It is incorrect because they have exported copper from. There were assumptions that copper has been excavated from K3 mines in Rajasthan. So we cannot say that they did not know about copper. And then Harappan civilization was rural based. Wrong. It is urban based. And the inhabitants of Harappa grew and used cotton. So this is correct. Which one among the following statements with references to the Harappan burial is not correct? So this is 2024 PYQ. So it can be relatable to us also right now. At these burials, the dead were generally laid in pits. Yes, it is correct. The burial pits were made in several different ways. Ornaments have sometimes been found placed in this burials. Harappans did not bury mirrors with the dead. No, because there is a picture of copper mirror also that has been placed while we are discussing this topic. So in some of the graves, copper mirrors were placed. So this is the incorrect statement. So, but the overall, if you have to talk overall, the Harappan people did not believe in burying precious items with the dead. So this is the overview of the burial practices in Harappa. Next, it consider the following statements about Harappan civilization. It provides the earliest evidence of garlic, which I am not aware of. Ornaments and precious metals have been discovered at different sites. Okay. Exclusive use of burnt bricks is a unique feature. No, because they have used sun-baked bricks. Let me go through because I have confusion here. Where did we study? It was studied in yeah, in this thing we have studied about uniformity. Sun dried or baked, but not burnt. So this is wrong. If this is wrong, this will be wrong, this will be wrong, but we know that this is correct. So 1 will be the correct answer. So from this we can learn that it provides the earliest evidence of garlic also. This is how the questions can be solved even if you don't know the set statement. So from here we have studied sun baked or dried, and we know that ornaments and precious metals were discovered, but we do not know about this statement. So by using the eliminating method, we can try to answer the questions. Which of the following does not do or does not represent a break between early Harappan and mature Harappan? So what can be the reasons they are asking? Large scale burning at some sites. Yes, this has been discussed. Abandonment of certain settlements. Yes, this was discovered. That is Cholistan from 1800 BCE, as we have seen in the previous questions also. A shift in the course of Hakra River. So this was not discussed. So this can be yes or no, because we have covered only one chapter in only one book. But if we to answer one or two questions, I don't think it is feasible to go through a number of books. So I'll try to stick to this themes in Indian history and try to solve. So according to themes, we haven't studied this, but from this we can learn that a shift in the course of Hakra River doesn't represent the big break between early Harappan and mature Harappan civilization. So 3 will be the answer according to the sources. Next. Nageshwar, which is in Gujarat. So, okay, it is not given Gujarat, it has given as Saurashtra. Next, we have Uttar Pradesh, Alamgirpur, which is the westernmost point of Indus Valley civilization. And then we have Kalibangan and we know Karakigari is in Haryana and Kalibangan is in Rajasthan. So, answer will be A. Which of the following statements about Harappan civilization is or correct? There is the extraordinary uniformity in articrafts as evidence in pottery, seals, bricks, and weights. Yes, correct. The late Harappan sites also maintain same construction techniques. No, the techniques deteriorated in the late Harappan site. So only one answer, option one, statement one will be correct. Which one among the following is not true of bead making, a salient feature of mature Harappan crafts? Harappan beads were made of gold, copper, lapis lazuli, ivory, variety of semi-precious stones. Yes. Archaeologists have identified bead maker shops on the basis of assemblages of unfinished objects. Okay. At Chanudaro, tools, furnaces, beads in various stages of preparations have been found. Okay. The structure at Banavali yielded many beads in finished, semi-finished, unfinished. Nowhere in the topic we have studied anything about craft production that is related to Banavali. We'll go through the sites. One is Chanudaro, which is devoted to craft production, and then LCD, if you remember, Lothal, Chanudaro, Dholavira, where we have bead drills. Okay, and Balakot and Nageshwar. These are coastal states and these are related to shell object making. So nowhere in the topic we have studied about Banavali. So this will be the incorrect statement. Various causes have been suggested for the decline of Harappan culture. Consider the causes mentioned below and identify the weakest of them. So due to the constant incidence of naturally occurring floods, yes. Due to increase in salinity of the soil and fertility decreased, okay. Okay, that is related, that is something natural or environmental related. Earthquakes caused a change in the course of Indus, which led to inundation, okay. The Aryans invaded and destroyed the Harappan culture. So among the options, this is the weakest option. So this will be the correct answer. And then Harappan crafts display an amazing degree of standardization. According to Kenoyer, what was the possible reason for such an achievement? I'm not aware of this question, but let's go through it once. Availability of raw materials at local level? No, there were procurement of materials from uh, uh, far away lands also, and centralized markets for crafts? No, it were being produced both in major settlements like Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, and also in small settlements like Chanudaro, Nageshwar, Balakot. Specialized training centers for craftsmen, I am not sure of it, and states control. So there was a discussion like it was unitary and who were controlling all this. So it could be the possible reason. So state control can be the answer. So these are all the PYQs that are related to Harappan civilization that are asked in the examination. So from this, we are able to answer at least 70% of the questions, and I think this book works for the CDS examination. And if we want to go an extra mile, we can go through resources that are available on YouTube and other books also. But in my opinion, sticking to one book and going through line by line can be really helpful. So this is all for this video, and we'll meet in the next class with the next chapter. Jai Hind.